let's talk just a little more seriously here for a second. The world around us is changing at a very rapid pace. It doesn't matter what ends of this globe that you live on, what spectrum of reality that you find yourself in. I think it's changing for everyone. And while for a long time I tried to control those changes and I held on very tightly to me being able to be the one to dictate them for a very long time, the last few years I've been learning to really let that control go. And when I find myself, for me, when I feel these things in my body, it's an indication to me that I'm taking on too much. Because as we take on too much energetically around us, density forms in our body, and density shows itself in discomfort and in pain. And the best advice that I can give you that has worked for me, that has gotten me to this place of someone who formerly had chronic anxiety and panic disorder, bouts of very severe depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of mind streams. When I find myself I don't find myself anywhere near those places any longer, but that came from me finding myself feeling those ways and separating myself from whatever situation I was in that made me feel that way. Whether it was a family party or a night out with coworkers or a fire with friends, if there were ever times where I'm not feeling comfortable or I just don't feel, for me, I feel it in my stomach or I feel it in my head. If I feel discomfort in any one of those places, I just left. And that alone has helped to really solidify my next pathway on this journey, which is then once I took a step away, that didn't solve it. I still needed to dispel those feelings, or those feelings need to go somewhere. I need to reflect on them. And that's where nature comes in. That's where these trees come in, and the sunshine, and the water. And that's why when I go hiking, I never have any shoes on, because by doing this and being so connected, I'm able to release a lot of those feelings. Sometimes I understand them as I'm releasing them. Sometimes my brain goes, oh, you did this and this happened and here's the connection point. It's connected to this childhood thing, or it's connected to this past life thing, or whatever it is. But even with those realizations, they're still not in this present moment. And so now I have realized it. I've let those thoughts flow through my mind, and then I release them. Depending on how they feel, sometimes I release them to the earth, sometimes I release them to the ethers. And by doing that, it helps clear this density, and so that I can start moving again and get back to creating. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to create lives that are so beautiful. This brain here, the one that runs on anxiety, it can't comprehend the beauty that we will create. Release those things that no longer serve you. Release those things that don't aid to the growth of your soul. And then start creating. And when you feel lost or confused, get out here. She'll tell you what to do. And by she, I mean you. I mean, being in nature helps you remember. It clears away all the distractions and the distortion. I never bring a phone. I never bring anything but my camera. And most of the time, I don't even bring that. friend. We're here to remember. Keep watching and remember with me. I love you.